How's all going? Welcome back to another video. I thought I'd just do a what's in the bag video, just to get a little bit of content out there on the channel. And then I was just going to tell you a little bit about myself, about the bloke behind the camera. So just to start, my name's Toby Marston. I'm 25 years old from Newcastle, New South Wales, Australia. I've played golf since I was about 8 years old, not seriously. I was actually a football player or rugby league player growing up. And then in the last 4 years or so, I started taking golf a little bit seriously. Got a handicap about 18 months ago, which is 16 now. It was 14, so it sort of fluctuated a little bit just because, you know, I'm self-taught. I've never had lessons or anything like that, so my golf game is very inconsistent. But I actually enjoy not having lessons. I enjoy trying to work on my game myself, but I do have a goal of getting down to single digits within the next 12 or 18 months. So I'll see what happens if I have to get lessons or whatever going forward. But for now, I'm sort of just trying to work it out on my own, and I just like that mental challenge. So with the channel going forward, just quickly, I thought I'd just give you some ideas of what I got and what you can expect to see on the channel hopefully soon. With COVID making it a little bit hard at the moment, you know, very prevalent in the world. I'm actually in lockdown where I am right now, so getting out on the course is hard, but you know, hopefully we get some good news soon and I can get out there and show you some great courses that I have around here. I actually live across the road from my local course. It's legitimately 2 minutes away. And I struggle to get on there just because everyone wants to get out of the house, get on the course, so it's booked out pretty much 3 weeks in advance. Hopefully we get some good news soon, as I said, and I can get out there on some other courses and this course and show you some golf vlogs, road to single digit series. And then half the time, if I'm honest, I'm just playing with mates, having a beer, you know, having fun, which is how I think golf should be played. I don't think you should play for score all the time. I know a lot of people do like to do that, but you know, golf can be a very frustrating sport at times, as everyone knows. So I do just enjoy getting out there with my mates and just having fun, having a laugh, just kicking back really. It's good exercise, gets you out of the house. Golf has a lot of benefits, but if you let it, it can really get to you. So going forward, you can expect to see stuff like that. Just me playing with my mates and then me playing by myself on road to single digits and stuff like that. I'll wrap it up with a quick what's in the bag just to show you the tools of the trade. So I'm working with a TaylorMade bag here, and just quickly on these clubs, these are all, I've got the irons new, but the wedges are second hand, the driver is cost effective. I think just with clubs, if you're just starting out in golf, I'd recommend that you just get something simple, maybe some second hand clubs. You don't have to go out there and spend an astronomical amount of money on golf clubs. You know, I know a lot of people say that you might have to, but I just think starting out, I wouldn't go out and spend that large sum of money when you can just get a decent second-hand set, feel your game out, work out what's good for you, what works for you, and then you might go buy some clubs down the road. You know what I mean? So my wedges are actually second-hand from my mate. I've got a 52 with 60. So he's just had these for a couple of years and he bought some new ones. So he said I can have them for $50 a piece, which is working good for me. So they're the SM5s Titleist. He's looked after them. A little bit rusty. The grooves are probably a little bit worn, but you get that as it's obviously as the club gets older, but they still work good for me. So they're in the bag for now. I probably will get some new wedges going forward, but for now they work all right. I got a new 52, just the Cleveland RTX 4. I really like this club. I think as I get new wedges, I'm probably going to get all Cleveland, just because they're a little bit more cost effective than the Vokeys. And I think you get pretty much the same performance out of them anyway. So that's what I will be getting down the track. But for now, we'll just stick with what we got. In the irons, I have the TaylorMade M4s. Had these for probably 3 years or something now. I got fitted for these. This is the only club in the bag that I've been fitted for. Extra stiff shafts in all my clubs. Just with my swing speed, I need the extra stiff. The steel shafts. I've got all my clubs re-grit with the Golf Prides with 4 wraps. I never thought to get clubs are red grip, but I've talked to a few mates and I've seen some videos on YouTube and stuff. And they just sort of said that if you have bigger hands with the wraps, it just sort of helps, and it really does. So if you haven't heard of that, or if you haven't thought to do it, I definitely recommend going and getting some wraps and some new grips. Especially if you have old clubs, it can make your clubs feel newer. So I've really been enjoying having the new grips, and the TaylorMade M4 is a solid golf club. They got stronger lofts, so they go a long way, but they are still forgiving. I tried out some Mizuno, some Strixons, some Pings and some other things, and I just hit these the best, so these ended up in the bag. Probably in the next couple of years I will look at getting some new irons, and I will probably show that on the channel, but for now these are there. Driver wise, so I had the TaylorMade M5, but I was actually at the driving range and I hit a golf ball and it exploded, and I don't know if you can see that, but just on the toe there, it's just got a massive ding in it. So yeah, that wasn't ideal. So that had to go in the scrap pile, and I had to get a new driver, which is this bad boy with the hazardous smoke extra stiff shaft in it as well, which is the Cleveland Launcher. I actually come to buy this club. I was just looking online at some reviews, never got fitted for it or anything, and they just sort of said that this was cost effective on the cheaper side because it's a fixed head. As you know, this driver and a lot of drivers out there have the adjustable heads. You can adjust the loft, change it to suit a fade or a draw, or it's got weights in it or whatever. This is just simple, no weights, no adjustable head, 9 degrees of loft fixed, and I've been hitting this really, really good. And I do recommend, if you're after a driver on the cheaper side, the Cleveland HP Launcher is definitely the way to go. The only thing with it is it sounds very tinny. Like when you hit the golf ball, it sounds very loud, very pingy. So that's the only thing. If you don't like that, I would not recommend getting it, but it's working good for me. Putter wise, left that to last, is the Ping. I bought this secondhand at my local golf club, just the bronzed out, classic sleek look. I don't like the spaceship head looking covers of putters. I think they look a bit weird, especially behind the ball. I've got the fat super stroke grip in it. That works really well for me. I only got that recently. I've never had a bigger grip on my putter, but I found that really helps stabilize the club as you're going back and forth in your swing. But yeah, I really do enjoy this club, and it was cheap, so it worked out good. But that's going to be a staple in the bag, I think, going forward for sure. And then ball wise, I just use the TaylorMade TP5s at the moment. I know a lot of people use Titleist, Pro Vs, all that sort of stuff, but the TP5s, again, I'm not preaching that you have to be cost effective, but I just think golf clubs are ridiculous at the moment, and everything to do with golf, because it's becoming a lot more popular, the game. They can up the prices and get away with it. But the TP5s are a high-end golf ball, but they're still, a decent price. Whereas, in Australia, I think a dozen Pro Vs are like $85 or something now, whereas a dozen TP5s are like 50. So that's just what I use. I do change balls up a little bit because I think balls are important. You have to be comfortable with what you're hitting. You have to like how they feel coming off the club face. They have to be responsive around the greens, all that sort of stuff. And the TP5s are actually good in that department. So that's what I'm using. Just got this towel from Birds of Condor, which is just a local company in Byron Bay, New South Wales, Australia. I've got this towel. I've got some hats from them. They're a really good local company. No plug or anything, but they are good if you want to go check them out. Birds of Condor online. And I do have a new golf bag on order, just because this is very bulky, very heavy, and I just wanted a two-strap bag that I can carry when I just want to go out and play a quick 9 holes or whatever. So I've actually got that on order, and that will come soon, and I'll show you that when that comes. But that's pretty much it. Like I said, I just wanted to do a quick little sit down, talk to you all about what's going to happen going forward, some things you can look forward to seeing on the channel, and the tools of the trade. So thanks everyone for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.